Now that you know the basics of influencer marketing, you may be wondering which influencers are a good fit for your brand. With hundreds of people becoming creators on social media every day, it could be difficult to choose the creators who are a good fit for your brand. I recommend the REC framework, which stands for relevance, engagement, and creativity. Relevance refers to how relevant the influencer is to your brand based on their content and audience. Ask yourself, are they currently using a product in your category, and is there an opportunity for them to use your product based on their current content? Here's an example. Let's say that you're a brand selling teeth whitening devices and you're looking for a creator to work with. It may not be immediately obvious who you could and couldn't work with because there aren't that many creators who are specializing in teeth whitening. What you can do here is take a step back and think about what kind of influencers will care about teeth whitening and personal care. Instead of focusing on creators who have a history of promoting teeth whitening products, you can look at your buyer persona to figure out what type of influencers they follow. In this case, lifestyle influencers recommending products to improve your health and hygiene would be a good fit. Engagement refers to the influencer's relationship with their followers and whether their followers are listening to them or not. Influencers may have a large following, but numbers mean very little if they have a low engagement rate. Calculating the ratio of likes to followers can give a high-level understanding of the influencer's engagement. But I also like to look into their comments and see if their followers are interacting with their posts and if the creators are responding back. This gives me a better idea of how close that influencer is with their followers. Influencer marketing is only effective when the influencer is able to help build trust for your brand. If influencers cannot even communicate or build a relationship with their own followers, there's no point in working with them. Creativity refers to the style of content. If an influencer is using the same style and post for every post, they'll do the same for your product. You want to work with creative influencers who will create high-quality, unique content, who will integrate your product seamlessly. On top of making your brand stand out and getting exposure from their following, you can also repurpose their content for your own account. Always make sure to get the influencer's permission before doing so and clarify which platform you're repurposing it for. Now that you know about the REC framework, here are 3 ways you can use to find creators that fit this framework. The first tactic is to look for content creators working with brands just like yours. This is the first step because you can do it without having any following yet. You can analyze which influencers are working the best for similar brands and their engagement to the brands. This helps you learn about the quality of different influencers at zero cost. On top of learning about the types of influencers who work the best, you can also build a list of potential influencers for collaborations that have a strong history with other brands. Now, when I say similar brands, I don't mean poaching influencers from your direct competition. Poaching influencers from competitors will actually be less effective for you. If an influencer starts promoting your product right after a promotion from a competing product, it could be confusing to the audience. This results in poor outcomes for your campaigns. When I searched for influencers to work with my brand Doe Lashes, I approached it in a similar way. Instead of looking at influencers who are already working with my competitors, I went broad and picked influencers who have showcased other eye products. I look into the brand selling eyeliner, mascara, eyeshadow, and other products around the eyes. This tells me if the influencers are qualifying based on the content they made for the other eye companies. The second tactic is to look for influencers who are already engaged with your brand. Influencer marketing isn't a one-way street. You may want to work with influencers to gain exposure, and influencers also want to work with brands to grow their own personal partnership portfolio in order to establish themselves as a professional influencer. As your brand grows, there will be influencers engaging with your brand who want to connect with you. Make sure to look out for these people, following your account and commenting on your posts. And if they meet the REC framework, it's worthwhile to start the relationship. There are 2 tools that I use for this. First is Surf Analytics. It's an audience analytic tool that you can use to figure out who is following you and sort them by criteria like follower count, their location, or what's in their bio. The second tool is LoudCrowd. You can use it to track all the posts on social media that mentions your brand. You can reach out to creators who are already posting your product to start the partnership. Now, the third tactic is to look for influencers who are in mutuals with your existing influencers. Creator friends tend to have overlapping audience because they tend to cross-promote to grow each other's followings. Now, this works because customers tend to see a product promoted by many different influencers before they check out the brand. Try and think about the last time that you saw an influencer promote a product on your feed. You're likely to follow that individual because you value their opinion, but you probably won't buy that product because of that one post. Whereas think about the last time you actually bought a product promoted by an influencer. You may have bought it because you saw it recommended by many people that you follow and felt FOMO, or the fear of missing out. Finding these influencers who are mutuals with your existing influencers is easy. There are a couple of ways to go about it. The first one is you can check your influencers' posts and look at their comment section. See which of these commenters fit the REC framework. Commenting drives engagement, so you can always find the mutuals in the comment section who are trying to boost each other's posts. The second way is to go on a creator's Instagram profile and click on the down arrow icon next to the follow button. This populates a list of influencers that Instagram has identified to be similar to the account that you're looking at. And oftentimes, these accounts have very similar content and an audience that is exactly what you're looking for.